In this video, we will discuss about how the immune network is mediated by the glycan and glycan binding proteins. We will cover just the overview, or we can say the four different types of this immune network that is mediated by glycan and glycan binding protein. So first one is the glycan switch trigger. So in this, what happens? This kind of immune trigger happens because of the environmental factors that might be because of some kind of infection, and that will leads to change in the transcription factor within the cells, such as the example shown here is that mget1 men2a1 st6 gal1. So change in this transcription factor will leads to change in the glycosylation profile within the cells and also on the cell surface, and this change in glycosylation profile will be recognized by the immune system of the host, and it will trigger the immune response against those changed in the glycan structure against those change in the glycan structure. As it can be seen here, the T cell will recognize this change in glycan structure, and this changing glycan structure and will act against those changed glycan structure, or will cause immune response against those changed glycan structure, as these are not normal glycan structure that are found within the host. And other thing is that in some of the autoimmune diseases, uh, it has been found that this galectin 1 and galectin 2 is downregulated along with the change in the glycosylation profile within the cells, and this downregulation of this galectin 1 and galectin 3 will disrupt the homeostasis of the galectin within the system, and that will further cause this autoimmune response, or in other terms we can say the T cell activation or IFN gamma production will increase, and they will act against this change in the glycosylation profile because of the decrease in the level of galectin 1 and galectin 2. And, and this kind of response is we can say is like a chronic response, as this kind of disease sometimes will last for a long time, or in other terms the solutions for this disease are yet to be find out. And the other things, and the third part is in which case this glycan will cause immune response, is that the increased exposure of less complex glycan. So usually these hybrid glycans are found out within the mammalian cells. However, when there is a change in the glycomics profile and the high mannose glycans are found out on the cell surface, and that will cause, or that will trigger an immune response. In other terms, these dendritic cells will detect the this high mannose glycan structure, and this dendritic cells will be able to uh, activate the T cells by providing this antigen. However, when there is a no high complex when there is no high mannose structure, as in the case of this on the left hand side, the complex structure is there, the dendritic cells will not generate any immune response, as dendritic cells is already aware about this complex structure is the inherent part of the system. However, when the high mannose structure or less complex structure is not the inherent part of the system, that's why it will trigger the immune response, and it will activate the T cells against the antigen, against this high mannose or less complex glycan antigen, and T cell will generate immune response against those high mannose structure. And the last type is the C-type lectin recognition of danger associated glycan. So the glycans, the C types of the glycans is been recognized. C types of the glycan is been recognized. Such is been recognized. It is similar to the case 3, in which the glycosylation profile is changed, but in this case 4, the glycans are, instead of high mannose glycans, they are C type lectins of danger of the glycans that is considered by the immune system as uh, uh, harmful to the system. So it will generate the antigen response, it will generate the immune response against this C-type lectin that are found on danger associated that are found on glycans that is considered as a danger by the system. So it will also generate immune response in the form of this interleukin 17 and IFN gamma, and that will trigger the immune response against the against this changed glycan structure. So this is how in the left hand side is the controlled T response, and on the left hand side is the in the left hand side this is the healthy wild type condition, or on the right hand side is the condition where the immune response is generated because of the change in the glycan structure or glycan binding proteins. So if you need to understand these things in details, you can go through the reference that has been provided in the description. That's all for this video. Thank you for your time.